I'm Mary Kay McBrayer, host of the podcast The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told. This season explores women from the 19th century to now. Women who were murderers and scammers, but also women who were photojournalists, lawyers, writers, and more. This podcast tells more than just the brutal, gory details of horrific acts. I delve into the good, the bad, the difficult, and all the nuance I can find, because these are the stories that we need to know to understand the intersection of society, justice, and the fascinating workings of the human psyche. Join me every week as I tell some of the most enthralling true crime stories about women who are not just victims, but heroes or villains, or often somewhere in between. Listen to The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Bob Pittman, Chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia. I'm excited to introduce a brand new season of my podcast, Math and Magic: Stories from the Frontiers of Marketing. I'm having conversations with some folks across a wide range of industries to hear how they reach the top of their fields and the lessons they learned along the way that everyone can use. I'll be joined by innovative leaders like Chairman and CEO of Elf Beauty, Tarang Amin, legendary singer-songwriter and philanthropist, Jewel.
Being a rock star is very fun, but helping people is way more fun.
And Damian Maldonado, CEO of American Financing.
I figured out the formula. I just have to work hard, then that's magic.
Join me as we uncover innovations in data and analytics, the math, and the ever-important creative spark, the magic. Listen to Math and Magic on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast.
From the producers who brought you Princess of South Beach comes a new podcast, The Setup. The Setup follows a lonely museum curator, but when the perfect man walks into his life...
Well, I guess I'm saying I like you. You like me?
He actually is too good to be true.
This is a con. I'm conning you to get the Delano painting. We could do this together.
Listen to The Setup on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Did you know that 70% of people get hired at companies where they already have a connection? I'm Andrew Seaman, LinkedIn's editor-at-large for jobs and career development. And on my podcast, Get Hired, I bring you all the information you need to, well, get hired. Landing a job may be tough, but Get Hired is here for you every step of the way with advice on resumes, networking, negotiation, and so much more. Listen to Get Hired with Andrew Seaman on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you like to listen.
And now, a next-level moment from AT&T Business. Say you've sent out a gigantic shipment of pillows, and they need to be there in time for International Sleep Day. You've got AT&T 5G, so you're fully confident. But the vendor isn't responding, and International Sleep Day is tomorrow. Luckily, AT&T 5G lets you deal with any issues with ease, so the pillows will get delivered and everyone can sleep soundly, especially you. AT&T 5G requires a compatible plan and device. Coverage not available everywhere. Learn more at att.com/5G network.
We don't talk about movies a whole lot on this show, like opening premieres.
No, we don't.
Yeah, not as much as we should.
It's Brooke and Jeffery in the morning.
That's because none of them are making any money anymore.
That's kind of true. Another flop in the box office.
Our own Alexis Fuller's probably the person who cares the most on our show, because she's a cinephile.
I hate the movie theaters.
No, she doesn't like going, but she's very interested in movie news.
Yeah, the look on her face was like...
She follows the box office reports every single weekend. She gets alerts from Fandango and Flickster sent to her phone.
It's not Digital Jake, whose father literally worked in the movie industry.
No, he doesn't care about that stuff.
Okay, sorry.
You're right, Jeff.
He's ashamed of his dad's work, if
I've seen
anything.
every movie ever.
Alexis is the one who's really on top of it. And I got a note from her earlier that said, did you know the top opening movie of 2025 was Captain America: Brave New World?
More things I love, handwritten notes and superhero movies.
No, I thought it was...
$88 million in the first weekend, and now, to the shock of many in the industry, there's a film that almost doubled it.
Yeah,
wow, hold on, Alexis, do you want to handwrite a note and hand it to us?
I do know what it is, but I won't say it.
She wanted me to say it because the film is the video game movie Minecraft with Jack Black. Just brought in $157 million on its opening weekend. And it wasn't predicted to make like more than 60.
So Jake and I were talking about this morning, and he said his buddy went, and the movie was 2 out of 10, but the movie experience, 10 out of 10, because the kids were so into it.
Sure, but what does Alexis think about it?
Well, I won't pay to go to the theater to see it, so I'll get back to you when it comes out for free.
That's the
I'll give
opinion
you my
that you
review.
need. Now, how did this happen? One expert said it's because a lot of college students and teens are on spring break right now.
Oh,
so
like
they
good
had
timing.
time to go.
Which
I have
means,
to watch
I'm
it.
sorry, every movie after this is going to be based on a video game.
Oh, yeah.
As it probably should, if you wanted to make money.
I want Duck Hunt to come out with a video game.
Oh.
That'd be so funny.
Or Tetris, the video game, or Tetris, the
Did they
movie.
have that?
There was Tetris in Wreck-It Ralph. There's a scene, I think,
that's
where
what
the
it
blocks are
is.
falling.
Okay.
So anyway, thank you, Alexis,
Yep.
for keeping the world informed on what's
appreciate
important
it.
right now.
Yep.
I'm wondering, when is Hollywood going to make a shock collar movie? Starring Digital Jake answering all of the best questions. I'm going to guess $200 million on its first weekend.
Okay, I won't say it. He's
Don't-
asking
oh, yeah, that's right. No
questions, but
spoilers
it's
for the
okay.
plot. Let's just get to the question.
The game show Price is Right recently aired their 10,000th episode.
Whoa.
Did it? Oh, my God.
That's right, 10,000 times someone guessed the price of a blender like their life depended on
Yes.
Wow.
it. And one of the most iconic games from the show is the classic Higher or Lower.
Ooh, that
where
one's so fun.
They show you the price tag for a random item, and the contestant has to guess if the real cost is higher or lower.
Oh.
Is that the one with the little German guy that climbs the mountain? Or no, that's a different
I'm not
game.
sure. I don't watch television. Brooke.
Okay.
That's why we're going to play our own version of it today during a special Higher or Lower Pop Culture edition of Plenty of 20.
Okay.
I'll give you a numerical fact about a famous celebrity. Like, for example, how much money they made in a film or how many arrests they've had since 2010. You just have to tell me, is the real number higher or lower?
Okay.
We'll start with the woman whose number of guys in her DMs has only gotten higher since this segment started.
Wow.
That's Alexis.
7.
Number 7. Alexis, does Vanna White work more or less than 30 days a year on Wheel of Fortune?
A year? I thought you were going to say a month.
Oh my God.
30
yeah, they
days.
give her a day off.
30.
Higher or lower?
Dude, that's it?
That's crazy. Do they do a new episode of that? Does that air every day? Like,
Yeah,
it's
but
a
they
Pretty much.
take all sorts of breaks, right? Like they're not on in the summer.
30's just so low. I'm gonna say it's higher, Jake.
Alexis said higher. It is. It is higher.
I was
Thank
going to
God.
feel
It's like 32.
They do tape multiple episodes a day, about 3 days a month, so about 34 days a year.
Wow, that's it?
Oh my gosh, she probably makes
What?
How much did you make, Jake?
$3 million for 34 days of work a year.
Why are we in radio and not game shows?
Brooke, it's your turn.
Let's go.
This is a game show. We're part of one right now, Brooke.
19.
Brooke, is the number of tattoos on Post Malone higher or lower than 60?
Ooh, that's really hard. Like, just on his face alone, there's probably
I was
2,
gonna
like
say.
10, right?
More than
Don't
that.
you think on his face?
Probably.
He balanced his face, it looks like, too. So anything that's on the left is kind of on the right. Like, at least to stay awake or always tired, whatever he has.
And I feel like
Whatever.
if you're getting tattoos on your face, you've definitely done other parts of your body
Absolutely.
before.
You don't
You're
start.
not starting on the face.
Well, his are all like little small tattoos, like lots of them. That was like the trend. Okay, I'm gonna go more.
Yeah.
It says higher than 60. That is
Hey!
right. Post Malone has over 70 tattoos on his
Oh
body.
my gosh.
Jose, it's your turn. Number 7 and 19 are off the board.
All right, let's go 12.
Jose, has Gordon Ramsay dropped more or fewer than 200 F-bombs in a single TV episode?
In an episode? Okay, so here's the thing. I think the version of Gordon we get is the dumbed down. Like, he knows he's on TV. So I think he's like, they're going to have to edit half these out. Of course, they keep
Yeah, but
a couple
isn't that why a lot of people watch, is to see the bleeps? You
Yeah.
know?
That's
It's kind of
true.
his shtick.
People love that high-pitched sound.
Yeah, I think so.
But I also think they like the creative, like, roast, you know? It's like,
yeah.
what are you? And then you have to say it, and then he has a punchline.
He does do a creative roast, but he puts the F word in it.
That's
You know, it's
true.
like he adds it in.
Yeah. But 200 in an episode is 30 minutes with
God, that'd be
commercials.
so many.
That's 20 minutes. That's 10 swears a minute. I'm going to say no. There's no way.
Less,
Jose
you're saying
math.
less.
Jose
Less.
says lower. It was a rat line. It was higher. Yeah, I took his highest F-bomb episode of Kitchen Nightmares, 214.
Oh, wow.
They really made
It was
him
a
mad.
bad. It was a bad day. Jeffrey.
10.
Jeffrey, does the average Real Housewife hold a diamond, champagne, or an apple in the opening credits for more or less than 3 seconds?
Yeah, I mean, opening credits of the show, it shows all the housewives in a line, and they're holding out some object that represents their city.
Oh,
so
their
the,
city.
The New York housewives hold out an apple, and like the Georgia housewives hold out a peach. And, stuff like that.
The Sierra Leone holds blood diamonds.
Yes.
Yeah, Florida crystal meth.
That's one of the best ones, Jake. But how long? It feels like it lasts forever.
Don't you just skip it?
Not if you're watching the live version of the show.
Oh.
Which
I forget that
do.
there is still live television.
Yeah.
Jeff's a big wife head.
So, 3 seconds, it just feels like it takes so long to get to the episode already. That's why I'm going to say it's a little bit longer than 3 seconds.
Jeffrey says more than 3 seconds. That is incorrect. It's less. It's an average 1.78 to 2 seconds of power posing per opening credits.
Just feels long.
And that means the ladies have won today's edition of Plenty of 20.
All right, so girls get to choose who gets shocked today while singing Higher by Creed. Oh, like higher or lower. So who's it going to be?
I think I'm disappointed in Jeffrey's Desperate Housewives knowledge.
Yeah,
It was Real Housewives. I'm disappointed in you, Brooke.
Whatever it was.
They're real, not desperate.
Aren't they both?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you take me higher?
Whoa, Scott Stapp, is that you?
To a place where blind men see.
Dude, you need to do a rock song for your parody. You haven't done one in a while.
Bring that one back. That's your shock collar question of the day. We got your phone tab coming up in just a few minutes.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
I'm Mary Kay McBrayer, host of the podcast The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told. This season explores women from the 19th century to now. Women who were murderers and scammers, but also women who were photojournalists, lawyers, writers, and more. This podcast tells more than just the brutal, gory details of horrific acts. I delve into the good, the bad, the difficult, and all the nuance I can find, because these are the stories that we need to know to understand the intersection of society, justice, and the fascinating workings of the human psyche. Join me every week as I tell some of the most enthralling true crime stories about women who are not just victims, but heroes or villains, or often somewhere in between. Listen to The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi. Sorry, did I startle you? When you're used to hearing a certain type of commercial, something like this can, well, take you by surprise. That's kind of how it is with the Lexus RX, a vehicle that has continued to defy expectations for over 25 years. From the first luxury vehicle of its kind, to the first hybrid luxury vehicle, to the only plug-in hybrid worthy of the RX name, we understand you want more than the everyday SUV. And isn't being understood an amazing feeling? Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
You don't wake up dreaming of McDonald's fries. You wake up dreaming of McDonald's hash browns. McDonald's breakfast comes first. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
With Chewy, get all the food your pets love delivered right to your door. Get a free $20 e-gift card with your first food order. And get mealtime essentials from all the brands you love with an extra side of savings. For low prices, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
The Kendall Spring Sales Event is on now at Kendall Chevrolet of Marysville. Check out the selection of Silverado trucks and save thousands. Step up to a new 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 and save $3,000 off MSRP. Plus, get 2.9% APR for 72 months. If you're in the market for more pulling power, trade in and trade up to a new Chevy Heavy Duty. Save $4,500 off MSRP on a new 2025 Chevy Silverado 2500 Crew Cab HD 4x4. Plus, get 3.9% APR for up to 60 months. Don't miss the savings during the Kendall Spring Sales Event. On now at Kendall Chevrolet of Marysville. Chevy, together let's drive. Stop by today. Kendall. Let's start something great.
VIN number S1172007 and SF257934. All financing and approved credit price does not include taxes, title, or license. A negotiable documentary service fee of up to $200 may be added to the sale price of the vehicle. Subject to part sales, see dealer for details. Offer expires 4/30/25.